Everyone tells you to delegate more. Delegate, delegate, delegate. That advice is incomplete. And it's why your delegation keeps failing. Here's what actually works. I'm Lauren Apple, and I help CEO parents build businesses that give them profit and presence because you don't have to choose. So let's talk about why delegation isn't working for you. Here's what most delegation advice sounds like. Make a list of everything you do. Identify what you don't have to do yourself or someone else can do just as good as you, and hand those things off. Simple, right? Except it doesn't work. You hand off the tasks, your EA or assistant starts doing them, and within a week, you're answering a million questions. What should I say in this email? What does this look like? How do you want me to handle this? Is this right? Do you think you could take a minute and review these things for me? What do I do next? You end up spending more time managing than you would have just doing the things yourself. So you take the tasks back and you think, I guess I'm just not good at delegating. Or you think nobody can do this like I can, or maybe my business model just doesn't work with delegation. But let me tell you, here is what's actually happening. You're delegating tasks. And instead, you should be delegating outcomes. Let me explain the difference. Task delegation sounds like this. Send this email, schedule this call, post this to social media, update this spreadsheet if you have a minute. These are tasks. They're specific, they're finite, and they create dependency on you and your direction. Because every time the task is done, your person has to come back to you for the next one. What should I do now? What's next? They cannot think ahead because you only gave them a task, not a goal. Outcome delegation sounds different. Keep our clients informed and happy. Protect my calendar so I can close my laptop at 4 p.m. Make sure nothing falls through the cracks during onboarding. Ensure our content goes out consistently every single week. These are outcomes. They're ongoing, they require judgment, and they create ownership for your executive assistant. When you delegate outcomes, your person can think for themselves. They can problem solve. They can make decisions without asking you every time. They can be proactive, which is the number one characteristic people ask me for in an assistant. They want someone proactive because they know what they're responsible for and they know the result that they need to get. So here's a real example. Task delegation for email would sound like this. Check my inbox every morning, flag anything urgent, draft responses for me to review. That requires them to come back to you constantly, right? You're still the bottleneck. Outcome delegation for email would be like this. I need my inbox to not be a source of stress. Urgent things should get to me immediately. Everything else should be handled or organized so I can batch process it in 20 minutes or less. Clients should feel responded to within 24 hours, even if it's not me responding. Now your executive assistant knows the outcome they're responsible for. They can figure out how to make it happen. They can create systems. They can make judgment calls. They can handle things without asking you because they know what success looks like. Here's another example. Task delegation for your calendar would look like this. Schedule calls when people request them. Send me the details. Outcome delegation for your calendar would sound like this. My laptop closes at 4 p.m. every day. I don't take calls before 9 a.m. I need at least 30 minutes between calls to reset, to have that buffer, and Friday afternoons are protected for my family. Your job is to protect these boundaries no matter who asks. Now your EA isn't just scheduling meetings. They're protecting what matters to you. They'll push back on a client who wants a 4:30 call. They'll find creative solutions when your calendar is packed full. They'll guard your time because they know that's the outcome they're responsible for. This is the difference between an assistant and a partner. Task delegation creates assistants who do what you tell them to do. Outcome delegation creates partners who think alongside you. And here's what makes this really work. Values alignment, characteristic and personality alignment. When your executive assistant shares your values, they'll protect what you protect. When they align relationally and personality skill set wise, they'll know why you do what you do. They'll buy into your organization. If they're also a working parent, they get why 4 p.m. matters. They understand the boundaries aren't arbitrary. They'll enforce them because they believe in them and value them the same. This is why 95% of the executive assistants I place are working parents. Skills can be taught, values alignment cannot. If you hire someone who doesn't share your values, outcome delegation gets really difficult. They'll push back on your boundaries. They'll think you're being difficult when you say no to calls at 4:30. They'll give in to client requests, or they won't understand why certain things matter to you. But when you hire someone who gets it, they become a guardian of your priorities. If they can work within your organization, they know how you communicate as a personality, they know what their skill sets are compared to yours, and they have the same values as you. They don't just do tasks, they protect your life. So here's what I want you to do. Think about what you've delegated in the past. Maybe it was this week, maybe it was a month ago, maybe it was a year ago when you had an assistant and it didn't work out for you. Is it tasks or was it outcomes? If it was tasks, you'll always be the bottleneck. Your person will always need you to tell them what's next. If you shift to outcomes, you create partnership. Your person can think, decide, and act, and you actually get your time back. You guys, my marketing assistant and my ops specialist, we touch base once a week on our team meeting, and they give me updates once a week in Slack, and literally they're doing work all week long. They rarely need my feedback. Now, they'll ping me if they need things from me because I'm behind the A-ball or I haven't done stuff, but they're ahead of it. They know what things they own. They know what their expectations are. They know what their success metrics are because I've delegated outcomes to them. So the next time you're about to delegate, don't ask what task to do or what task you want them to do. Instead, ask, what outcome am I trying to achieve? Then communicate that outcome clearly. Let them figure out how to make it happen. And then give feedback. That's delegation that actually works. If you're ready to find a remote executive assistant who can operate at the outcome level, that's exactly what our direct to hire placement and recruitment services is all about. We would love to partner with you to find the perfect fit EA that doesn't just match on skills, but on values, culture alignment, and their personality and strength sets. So you get a partner, not a task doer. The link is in the description below. We would love to partner alongside you or set up a call to learn more about it with us. But if you also are at a point that you need to get clear on your outcomes first, that's what coaching is all about. I would love to come alongside you as your scaling strategist to help you recognize how you can have both profit and presence and not have to choose between the two. Sometimes we need help articulating what we actually want before we can hand it off. I'd love to partner with you. Thanks for watching this week. We will see you on the next one. Have an incredible